today be sending a letter to the Des Moines School Board authorized by Dr. Roberts to resign his position as the superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools.
Breaking news at 4, as you just heard, Dr. Ian Roberts is submitting his resignation as superintendent for Des Moines schools. It comes just days after he was detained by ICE.
And before that announcement, students at Des Moines Public Schools walking out of school in support for Roberts. KCCI has been working hard to learn more about the detainment of Dr. Ian Roberts.
That arrest happened last Friday. We have live team coverage for you right now from the news we just heard hours ago from Dr. Roberts' attorney to reactions from students and families within Des Moines schools.
And we start this afternoon with KCCI's Pepper Papura with the very latest information that we just received from the U.S. Department of Justice. Pepper, it's now investigating the Des Moines Public Schools for, quote, race-based employment practices.
That's correct, Jody, but we do not know if this investigation is related to Roberts' arrest. The Justice Department sent a letter to the school district telling them about the investigation. It says the department is looking into hiring practices across DMPS. The investigation was sparked by information that the district's employment practices, quote, discriminate against employees, job applicants, and training program participants based on race, color, and national origin in violation of Title VII. A news release on the investigation says DMPS has an affirmative action plan that includes quotas. Assistant Attorney General Harmeet K. Dillon called for the district to cease any such practices and, quote, restore merit-based employment practices. A spokesperson with Des Moines Public Schools says the Justice Department informed the district this afternoon about that investigation. They are reviewing the letter. We've reached out to Iowa's lawmakers over the area that DMPS serves, and we'll have some of their reactions coming up later this evening. Ben?
Okay, we'll look forward to that report in a little while, Pepper. Thank you. We did gain some more insight today from Dr. Roberts' attorney during a news conference with his legal team.
And our Bo Bowman had the chance to ask several questions during that press conference. Bo joins us now in studio. Bo, walk us through what we all learned here.
Well, Jody, first and foremost, we learned that Roberts had submitted that letter of resignation to the DMPS school board through his attorney. They'll meet tonight to decide whether to terminate his contract or accept his resignation. We also learned that his team of attorneys have filed a motion to stay in his immigration case. Attorney Alfredo Parrish says he couldn't give any further comment on that motion, but he added they're also in the process of filing a motion to reopen his immigration case. I asked Parrish why Roberts wasn't present for the hearing in 2024 when that final order of removal was issued. He wasn't able to tell us much, but here's what he did say.
We will be filing a motion to reopen the case. And once we do that, we'll be ready to rock.
When you say reopen, can you tell us what you're trying to reopen?
Reopen his closed file.
What are the chances of that one?
We don't know yet. That's why I tell him I rely on my smart lawyers, not me.
Now, Parrish's reasoning for reopening the file is due in part to this letter here. Parrish says Roberts' former attorney from this Texas firm informed him that his case had reached, quote, a successful resolution. He says if Roberts was misinformed, that could be grounds for reopening the case. Jody?
But we will keep our eye and pulse on that. Thank you very much. Students took a stand by walking out of class today. Des Moines High School students are speaking out against ICE and what they're calling unrighteous detainment.
Yeah, you could see a large group of students that had gathered. It started at around 10:30 this morning. KCCI's Marcus McIntosh was there as they let their voices be heard. He joins us live outside the state capitol now with the latest. Marcus?
Ben and Jody, I'm standing outside the state capitol on the front lawn because just moments ago the rally ended. Now that was a culmination of all the staggered walkouts that were student-led by Des Moines Public School high schools that happened throughout the day today. And you can see there are still people probably milling around in the background, but the rally ended just moments before the news started. Now we spoke with students at two of the Des Moines high schools as they walked out in protest against ICE and the detainment of Dr. Ian Roberts. About 11 this morning, about 300 or so students walked out of Hoover High School, telling us it is important their young but strong voices be heard regarding the detainment of Dr. Ian Roberts. They chanted slogans and ended up gathering in the school parking lot. There, the students expressed how they feel. For some, the emotions of the situation boiled over.
He was here every day. Regardless of our situation, he came out here and helped us. I never knew what superintendent was until I seen him and he was talking to us. I've never seen that. He's so involved.
About an hour after the Hoover walkout ended, Roosevelt High School students walked out of their classes, also unhappy with Dr. Roberts' situation and ICE in general. They too have strong support for Dr. Roberts. Everyone we spoke with believes Dr. Roberts should not be removed as a leader of Des Moines Public Schools. Now, staggered walkouts started this morning at 10:30 at Central Campus, as well as this afternoon at North, Lincoln, and East High Schools. The walkouts, as I mentioned, culminated with a rally right here on the front lawn of the Iowa State Capitol that ended just moments ago. We're live in Des Moines. I'm Marcus McIntosh, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.